Hello, and hail and welcome. I am Lady Calamere, and I am so glad that you are here. This is going to be my 151st presentation, and it will be on the Incan goddess Mama Quilla. Mama Quilla, I've seen her pronounce Killa, and even though it's not a Spanish word, it is from the language called Quechua. Quechua is was and is still spoken by the people who were once of the Incan Empire. So it's spoken by the indigenous people of Peru. So, like I said, I hate it when they say, oh, it's the Incan language. They didn't call it the Incan language. It was called Quechua. And it's still spoken by a few million people. So it's not something that's only spoken by maybe a few thousand or 100,000. No, this language is still alive. Mama Kia, who is she? Notice I got the moon set up. Well, she is not just a lunar goddess. She's the goddess of the moon, and she is the moon itself. Okay? So we have some beautiful cards before I go on. The moon card, comes from this lovely deck, the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot. And I don't know I know it's $29.95. I don't know who the artist is. Oh, by Lindsay Silverman, Eye of Astro. Very beautiful book that comes with it. The Intuitive Night Goddess. So the second card we have, and you can get that, I know I got that at, I think, yeah, not Home Goods. What was it? TJ Maxx. It was either TJ Maxx or Marshall's, but I believe it was TJ Maxx. Barbara Walker Tarot for this card. The Barbara Walker Tarot by Barbara Walker. Then the third, but last but not least, is this moon card from the Compass Guide to the Quest Tarot by Joseph Ernest Martin. And you can get these at Amazon.com. Your local bookstore, or your local occult store, or eBay. So let's look at a beautiful picture of Mama Kia. Beautiful. By Lisa Hunt. Comes from this wonderful book, Celestial Goddesses by Lisa Hunt. Don't knock over my camera, baby. Absolutely beautiful. I do recommend this book. The art is phenomenal. Look at the picture. Look at the picture she made, the painting she made of. The art, I should say. Beautiful. So Mama Kia, a very important goddess among the Incan. No, you're not jumping on the altar. Now you can jump on the altar, but you're not breaking my shit. So she was considered the top 3 of the deities. You had Viracocha, numero uno. You have Inti, then you have Mama Cocha. Now Mama Kia, Mama Kia. However, in the coastal regions, Mama Killa was even considered more important than the sun god Inti. Inti is a sun god. So let's get on with her. She is the daughter of Viracocha. I'm sorry if you ever watch Ancient Aliens, they talk about Viracocha from time to time. And he is the supreme creator deity. Let me get this beautiful picture out of her one more time. And the goddess of the seas and oceans, Mama Kocha. So she is the daughter of Mama Kocha, the goddess, and the great supreme creator, Viracocha. Now, she is the elder sister and the sister wife of the sun god Inti. Yes, she is the elder sister and his wife. They had 4 children. They had Manco Capac. Manco Capac was the first ruler king of the Inca. He deals with a fire deity. And his sister wife, Mama Ukyo. I hope I'm saying this right. Mama Ukyo. She is the first queen of the Inca, and she's the goddess of weaving and spinning. Both Manco Capac and Mama Ukyo help with bringing civilization, bringing a better way to live, to agriculture, spinning, weaving, household duties, and how to tame the land, all that stuff. Similar to what the goddess Aset, and who is Isis, and Asor Wasir, who is Osiris, did. I'm not saying they're the same deities, they're not, but they did the similar things of bringing civilization and teaching people and educating. Then you had her other son, the son of Inti and Mama Killa, Kon, Kon. He is the god of the south wind and the god of rain. And you also had another, like an earth creator god, their son, Pachacamac, who is like an earth creator god. Now, there is also, Mama Killa had a sister, and we already went over this beautiful goddess, Pachamama, the goddess who is the earth, the spirit of the earth, and the power of the earth. She is the earth. She is our earth mother. I'll be right back. It is real hot. And you know what? I don't trust my kitties. This is expensive. I know it's chilly out, but gosh, I had to put the AC on. So this is selenite. Real selenite. And that represents the crystal of the moon. And it's a great representation for Mama Killa. Now, Mama Killa's metal is silver. It is said that gold is the sweat of her brother husband, Inti, the sun god, whereas silver was seen as tears of the moon, tears of Mama Killa. They call her Mama Killa also La Luna. You may see people talking about Mama Killa as La Luna, which means in Spanish, the moon. She is spelled 2 different ways, and it was Mama and then Quilla, and Mama Killa. But you'll notice in Spanish that there's 2 letters for L. There's the one L, which is like La, Ella, LA. Then you had the double letter L, which is Aya, which has almost like a Y sound. When you see the two L's together, that's an alphabet, not two single alphabets like it would be in English, like la, like, oh, I don't know, lollipop. No, but in Spanish, if you see the two L's together, it's yeah, like ella, so Mama Killa. I see some people call her Mama Quilla, but I think they're trying to read it as something in English. Anyways, interesting thing is that her priesthood consisted only, not mainly, but only of women. Back in ancient times, pre-Columbian times, her priesthood were only women. Both men and women did honor Mama Killa, but her priesthood was only served by women. She protected women. She was a staunch protector of women and their rights. I want to pull up this beautiful, beautiful picture one more time. She was a protector of women's rights. She also protected children, especially she was more of a protector. She protected children, but especially girls. Ooh, we got visitors. Mama Killa sacred city was in Cusco. Her structure, most famous structure, is the Coricancha. Trying to think from memory how to spell it. Corikncha of Cusco. So her time was night. She ruled the night, whereas Inti ruled the day. Now, there are two stories about how she got the marks on her. One, which is a nicer story. It said that one night, the fox looked upon her, and he fell in love with her beauty. And he rose and rose and rose to be with her. When he reached the moon, Mama Killa squeezed the fox to him so much that left those marks. Now, more of a darker story was that Mama Killa was just as bright as Inti. She was bright in the darkness, and Inti was bright in the day. One day, Inti grew jealous of the attention she received, for she was so beautiful, and people worshipped her so much and paid too much attention. So in his fury, in his jealousy, and in his anger, Inti sent burning ash to permanently mark her, to permanently scar her, so that her light was much dimmer than him, and Inti had more attention. So those are the two stories about him. Mama Killa is very important for. There's also in the Incan, especially during the pre-Columbian times, there is the solar calendar for agriculture and things of the solar nature, and then there was a lunar calendar that deals to do the festivals and mark different periods. The spring equinox. The spring equinox was very sacred to Mama Killa. So when in September, when it's the autumn equinox in the northern hemisphere, in the southern hemisphere, that's the spring equinox. So that would be in September for the southern hemisphere. Seriously, in the northern hemisphere, September is autumn equinox. In the southern hemisphere of the world is the spring equinox. So Mama Killa, she ruled, she protected women. She also was a goddess of marriage. Mama Killa ruled marriage, and it was believed that it was the woman who kept the family going, the marriage going. She ruled fertility of all things and pregnancy, and it was said that Mama Killa would help a woman or any female creature give birth, that she would help a woman during labor like a midwife, and that she would protect the woman and the infant. She ruled all women nurturing things like breastfeeding. She ruled with the woman taking care of her child, the mother and child connection, the mother and child bond. She ruled the phases of woman. When a girl, even when a woman has her period, when a woman goes through menopause, and all the symptoms there, she ruled all the symptoms. And pregnancy, she rules, that we know today, estrogen. She rules the hormone estrogen and all the body parts of a woman. One can pray to Mama Killa for problems dealing with the breast, the vulva, the vagina, uterus, fallopian tubes, ovaries, and all the struggles and all the victories of women, all women issues, all women's rights, all women's needs and wants. She ruled what was called women's roles in life. Her temples, they didn't have glass mirrors, but they made, like, her walls would be out of silver, or like this huge big disc of silver to represent the face of Mama Killa. So, what you doing, guys? I heard something. I think they're destroying things, which drives me crazy. Why they do this? I don't know. They just like to bother me. So during the lunar eclipse, it was a very bad time for them. It was considered a time of bad luck. It was considered a time when the gods, like Inti, was not pleased. But also, even something worse. It was said that a monster, like a serpent or a puma, like, just not a monster, but like an animal, a puma, mountain lion, or serpents, or even all of them, were attacking the moon. Inti couldn't get to her because he could not pierce the veil of darkness, so he could not help her as she remained helpless against this creature. So the people would gather together and make obscene gestures and fighting gestures, and throw rocks, sticks, and weapons, and scream and holler, and he would bang things, drums, and make as much noise as possible to chase away the creature that was eating Mama Killa. They didn't want Mama Killa to be eaten. And if they failed to do this, the night would have no light. The world would be enveloped in darkness, as said. So this was a bad time. This was a time of bad luck. And from what I understand, people still do this out of tradition and culture. That when they see the They may just do this to also get rid of bad luck, bad spirits that may be around because of this. Um, to remember who they are and where they came from before the Spaniard invasion. Hey! When the Spaniards came and saw this, they thought they wrote down, literally wrote down, that these people are crazy. They didn't understand. And of course, you know what happened. They got allies. They gathered allies to fight the Incan Empire. But what was worse was the Spanish invasion was even worse than what the Incan Empire has done. It has done good and it has done bad, but some people resented them, but they had a far worse enemy that they didn't realize. The same thing that happened to the Aztecs happened to the Incan Empire. But the Incans were not wiped out. The empire destroyed, but the native peoples are still here. Yay! And they still remember their culture and their gods and goddesses, their deities and spirits. Yippee! Kudos! Mama Killa was said to even written down by the Spaniards that Mama Killa was worshipped for her benevolence and for her beauty. For Mama Killa is seen as very beautiful. She's very sweet, she's very kind, she gives blessings. Mama Killa can help us in times of misery and darkness. She can show us the light in the time of darkness. I don't know why I closed this. I want to get this open so she can guide our way. Mama Killa, this is by Lisa Hunt. Mama Killa can guide our way. She represents all the phases of the moon, not just the full moon. She represents the dark moon, the first quarter, the last quarter. So she really is a benevolent advocate. In fact, the Incan priestesses would wear these silver clanking earrings, and it would clank, 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 and it was a sign and also a warning that this is women's mysteries. Almost sort of like some Dianic rituals. It's like, okay, men do not need to be here. Or when sometimes they do feminine rituals, they would have the men, if the men are there, if it's like a public ritual, to turn away. Where the men weren't allowed to see the woman's mysteries of what the priestesses were doing. Sometimes they just weren't allowed, and so there were secrets, women's feminine mysteries and secrets that men were not privy to. So they were told, like, yeah, go away. For she is the woman's mysteries. She represents the woman's sacred woman's mysteries. She represents this feminine power. She is change. She represents changes, but also the constant staying power of the feminine. And I got to stop this constant bullshit of my cats. I hear growling, and I think Lady Boss is being tormented. I'll be right back. Yes. What? Okay. I think I had a spirit communicate through one of my, I don't know if you heard that. It said yes. Lady Boss was being tormented. And I was right. Well, thank you, Spirit, for the obvious. I really appreciate it. Because sometimes that happens. I know sometimes when I'm doing some prayer, especially the Santa Muerte, my echo will go off and will say something. And that something comes to be true. So, yeah. I know, a little creep factor going on. So, anyways, Baba Kia, she is a goddess who knows prophecy. Joker! My God. No, we're not playing bowling. Hey! Not. You're not breaking my expensive stuff. I gotta stop this. Enough. Joker, I think you need time out. Why are you doing this, huh? Why are you doing this? Stop. You gonna be a good boy? Do I have to put you in timeout room? Bad boy. So what was I saying? Okay, I don't have a script, so. Okay, she represents, she knows divination. She works with the psychic powers and prophecy. She can help you with divination, or when you're working with your tarot cards. I know that's not ancient stuff from the Incas, but she can help with pendulums. She can help with mediumship. She can really help you tap in to the deeper mysteries within. And she works with men as well as women. Men can worship her, all because she represents the feminine mysteries. Men worshipped her in the past and still worship her today and sing songs to her. And they still remember, to honor her. However, the priestess, like I said, she only had priestesses. I can give you some ideas of what to offer her. And they may not be ancient. Definitely not some of them. Most of them are not ancient. You can give her flowers, fresh water, any flowers dealing with the goddess or spirituality and stuff like lilies. If you want lotuses, even though that wasn't ancient Inca. I know some people give her corn, dried corn, fresh corn, chocolate. People give her chocolate now. Milk chocolate. Hey, white chocolate too, because it's the white of the color. Silver leaf sweets like you get in the Indian grocery store that has that silver coloring. Silver jewelry. Selenite. White quartz. Sweet drinks. Fruit. And like, for instance, melons, cantaloupe, watermelon. I know these are not traditional, but this is what we have now. And in the modern time, we have more access to different foods that we never did before. So sweet candies, even dried fruits, perfumes, what was that? Moonstones. You can give her all different, all different types of moonstones. White moonstones to represent the white, the full moon, and black moonstones to represent the balsamic, the dark moon. So those are just some ideas. When time to worship her, especially when you see the moon out, even during the day when you see the moon out, or at night, if you can, if you're outside or if you're able to go outside in your garden, face the moon where the moon direction is and honor her. I first start honoring her. I learned something about her from Z Budapest, and I really liked her. I really liked this moon goddess. So I did a ritual to her, and it really felt nice. And this was back in the 90s, I believe, mid 90s. And then I learned more about her through Lisa Hunt, and then, eventually the internet, and just meditating on her. She is very lovely to work with, and yes, even for newbies, she is very approachable. Mama Killa is that of blessings and love. Like just this motherly love, a friend, a guide, a mother, a protector, especially a woman. She really has this nice, soothing, even calm energy about her. Deep and mysterious. This mystic energy. This ancient feeling from deep within your soul, deep within your mind, deep within your heart, deep within. Now, it is possible that the word Kia is a borrowing from another language called the Pukina. I hope I'm saying it right. Pukina language. So it may have come from the Pukina. P-U-Q. Wait. Should have wrote this down. P-U-Q-U-I-N-A. Yeah, P-U-Q-U-I-N-A language. And Quechua is spelled, I hope I'm saying it right. Quechua is Q-U-E-C-H-U-A. I believe it's Quechua, if I'm not mistaken. She bestows many benefits to the world. Many benefits. And beauty. So Mama Kia was imagined as a human female, but very beautiful. So she was seen to look like the people, but extraordinarily beauty. Now, people would also call to her to become pregnant. Like I said, she rules pregnancy and fertility. For women who have been victimized of domestic violence and rape, can pray to, of course, get help. Call the police if you need therapy. There's no harm in going to therapy if you need it. But you can also pray to Mama Kia. Because it says that one of the stories that, like I said, of her face was had burning ash thrown on it. Burning ash. So that's, you know, a sign of domestic violence where sometimes the relationship between Mama Kia and Inti wasn't always perfect. There was quarreling. Inti did have his own admirable beauty, which it said that he sometimes got jealous of her. So in that story, yes, she does know what it's like. And I'm not putting down Inti in any way. Just telling it like it is. And how one of the stories are. So, isn't that beautiful? Have that set up today like that. So, what other things can I say? Colors. I've seen some people say yellow and golds. I don't know how accurate that is. I mean, that's on the internet. Definitely silvers and whites, and even blues, and like this color, like silver. Like if you get an altar cloth, you can get like lunar altar cloth. You see what I have? It was a gift from my friend. Thank you, James. It has the earth, has the sun, and all the phases, different phases of the moon. So you can get images. If you don't have a statue of her, use statues, images of the moon. You can use a ball of selenite. You can get a white candle that's circular to represent her. Images of the moon. You can use the tarot card, the moon, to put on your altar, like maybe something like this. Or like I took something that didn't have Egyptian like things to it. Like I took this to be more representing of the moon. La Luna. The beautiful moon. So it took me a while to look through cards to find what I would feel is perfect for her. So, what else do I want to say about her? Mama Kia is magical. She just has that sense that she can really teach you so much. She can help you understand deeper meanings of things. The deeper meaning to read between the lines and to go deep into your subconscious. To really delve deep and find things out. Or as it says, you ever hear the mother's intuition as well as the woman's intuition? That's Mama Kia. So, Mama Kia represents not just like the representation of the period and PMS period and menopause, but she represents all the phases of different phases of the woman, like in Wicca, maiden, mother, crone. But then there's also war. She represents all phases of a woman, from girlhood to teenage years, preteen, teenage years, to matron, to her old and gray. From the young beautiful lady to the old wrinkled woman, she represents us women. So she is a great advocate to have. So anyways, I think I hope I enlightened you. If you never knew about Mama Kia, well, now you know. Get some research going, learn more about her, contact her, and see how you like her. I'd like to know what you think about Mama Kia. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. If you really like my video, please subscribe so that you never miss another video. And it helps me to know that I'm doing a good job and helps my channel grow. Share this video with your friends and family. I don't have a Patreon account, at least not right now. Who knows, maybe one day in the future I might. But I don't want to do like Patreon accounts where, you have to pay for extra videos. I don't want to do that. So save your money and donate to worthy charities. How about donate towards children foundations like Shriners, Make-A-Wish, the Shriners Foundation, Make-A-Wish, or St. Jude's Hospital. Donate to shelters, women's shelters. And remember to spay and neuter your dog or cat. And if you live in a city or town, please try to keep your cats indoors. The only thing they're going to be missing is getting run over by a car, beat up by an evil, despicable creature of a person, getting fleas, ticks, diseases. Even if they are flea treated, I've seen cats come down with fleas. That happened to my poor Sir Mew when I kept on going to the animal hospital. He was on a good one from the Revolution, and he still got fleas, baby. Oh my God, he was so sick. Anyway, I almost lost him. I don't even want to think about that time. It was so horrible. I almost lost my baby, and I had to take him to the vet every 2 to 3 days. And it brings tears to my eyes because I knew he lost him. And he's so precious now. He's 6 years old. Sorry, guys. I tear up when I think about that horrible time. But, what don't miss is getting attacked by other animals. Never declaw your cat, because if they ever get out, that's their first line of defense. And it's cruel, and it's like punishing your animal. And, crippling them. If it's done wrong, they'll be crippled. Cutting their fingers, so no declawing. So anyways, just remember that, and be good to yourself. Be awesome to yourself and awesome to others. Thank you so much, and as always, blessed be.